Are you worried about the delay in the delivery of your remittances? Jamono Money Transfer is your only solution with more than 9 years experience in remittances services. It's accessible, reliable, affordable, and convenient. Jamono Money Transfer is affiliated with Ajay Guaranteed Trust Bank Limited, Mega Bank, Apps, Reliance Bank, and many others. You can send and receive your monies from friends and families both home and abroad through Jamono branches at various strategic locations in the country with high standard customer service. Please walk into any nearest Jamono branch for efficient and timely service delivery. For more information, you can visit its headquarters at Bursabi, right opposite AfriMed International Hospital, or call on the following numbers: +220 3103 050, +220 3103 051, or +220 3755 522.
Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to your maiden sports program on Kairaba News Network, the program that aims to come your way every Tuesday between the hours of 12 and 1 p.m. And today with me here, our first guest in the studio is Sidou Sane. He is, of course, the media officer for the second division side, Telling United Football Club. Mr. Sane, you're welcome to the first edition of the Sports Tech program on this Kairaba News Network.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kanye. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah. First, we are going to start with your last season's performance. How well did you perform from the initial stage of the season coming down to the final stages of the season? How was the performance of Telling United last season?
The performance was a mixed feeling one. Overall, we've done well in the first round, but the second round was a little bit catastrophic, and that led to our 9th position finish in the table. We were at least the second team in the first round, but the second round was so catastrophic, as I said, and we were not able to make it to the first division or the playoff for the first division. So it was a mixed second round, or a mixed season overall.
Yeah, looking at the performance of Telling United last season, you will see at the initial stage of the season they were doing very well, but with time you see their performance dropping down. What has been the contributing factor to that performance?
Excuse me. Definitely, things were not easy on us. After relegation season before last, we lost almost the entire players. There was only one first team player that was left. So
with the team after the first one,
after relegation from the second division a season ago. So definitely, I mean, bringing in the entire squad to the second division was not easy. The transition of these players, I mean, from whatever leagues they were playing, some of them were playing Navetan, some of them were playing regional leagues. So the second division was something new to them. I know at the beginning they will do exceptionally well, but as time goes on, they need that experience, they need that kind of maturity to be able to maintain the standard of their performance. So definitely the change of the team, I mean, was a contributing factor to our poor second round
performance. Yes, when you relegated here before last from the first division coming down to the second division, why is it that you are not able to keep the players that you were with, or is it the financial constraints that have hit the club? This is why the players are not able to play and stay with the club that they were playing with in the first division, because we have seen even in bigger leagues, teams will be relegated, but with time they will be able to have some of their players who will stay with them. Why is it that all of the entire team have left the club except one or two players?
There are so many factors which lead to players leaving the club. One of them was they never wanted to play the second division. I mean, the team itself was destabilized before its relegation. Some of them even left by the end of the fourth round to other first division clubs. But as I said, they feel no more comfortable playing for Talendig United after relegation. Some of them were players that we've brought from the academy. Even those players left the club for other clubs in the second division and in the first division respectively. So they were never wanting to play second division for Talent. Why? Best known to them. But I believe as a club, looking at the standard of the Gambian clubs, we've given them enough reasons to make them comfortable, keep them at home. Because most of these players are staying within Talent. And tell you this, financially, that was the season since my joining to the club, we've spent financially more than any other season. That season we spent close to $1 million. Believe it or not, we spent 900,000 plus on the team.
That very season.
That very season, the season that we relegated.
Relegated from the
the 2020 season. Okay. We spent around 900,000 plus. Okay. So definitely, officially, the ones that which are recorded. Yes. So I think there was enough motivation from the board, but we sacked our coach due to poor results. So when the new coach came in, he was not able to. The team has already been destabilized. He was not able to save this season. Remember, he is also just a coach who has just been introduced into the game. He does not have that first divisional experience as a coach, despite him playing the first second division all and coaching the Nawetan and regional league. But he have not gotten that experience to save the team from relegation. So definitely these were some of the factors that led to losing almost the entire squad that got the team relegated.
Very good. You talk about the financial spending that you have made during the season that you are relegated down to second division. It's huge. We understand. When you sacked the coach because of his poor performance with the team, and a new coach is brought in, players, you said it was then before the coach came in, the team was already destabilized. What had actually made the team destabilized before the entrance came in?
Definitely, Talendig is just a club set up in a way that you don't even know who owns the club. Okay. The coach that left, I do not want to call it a sack, that was relieved of his duty, was like somebody who brought up these players from Nawetan, Sana SK Dabo, and he is still now part of Talendig United. Do you understand? He was a coach who coached Medina from Nawetan. Now from Medina to Talendig second division. So he was with Ibujara until the team got promotion to the first division. So he was with Osman Baji. He was given the full-time basic on that very season that we relegated as the head coach of Talendig United. So definitely it is more of like, results not coming. Okay. The results were not coming.
But the stabilization came because the players want to play under Sana rather than that of the new coach.
No, this destabilization of the club started during Sana's tenure. Okay. And I can tell you that was the best season we've performed. Performance-wise, that was the best season because that season we had the likes of Mohamed Sawane, Mboma, the likes of Njai Baro. Those are all exceptional. We are all exceptional players that could have at least challenged. That team is capable of challenging for the title. We've played against the eventual champions of that season, Fortune FC. And believe me or not, Fortune got lucky the first leg. Talendig would have humiliated them. The second leg, the same thing, they drew with Talendig United. So you look at both Elite and Fortune could not get all the 3 points against Talendig. The team first and second. To me, since I joined Talendig United, that was the best team that could have won Talendig something than relegating because of the caliber of players we had that season. The likes of Alpha Jata, these are all the likes of Bafode, the likes of the like of Yusufa. So we had, so many exceptional, the likes of Abdullah Balde of Real de Banjul now. These are all players that we've brought up from the Nawetan. So definitely the team was there, but the results were not just coming. That led to the relegation of the team.
Yes, you have named certain fantastic players here who have left Talending United for bigger clubs, I would say, because most of the clubs that they have left for played in the first division. So you are in the second division now. Now, how is it that the clubs of players that you now have with you will be able to keep Talending United the way the committee or the way your administration or the authority in the team wants the team to stay? How do you think these players will be able to help them? Looking at the fact that you have lost so many great players to other bigger teams.
I think how it's the recruitment system. We have people that when you talk of football, if you don't mention them one, you will mention them number two in this country. The founder of our club was a player. He's an administrator of football. He knows how to groom players. We have an academy.
Who is that?
Alaji Nyasi, Mr. Ibrahim Nyasi, Alaji Nyasi, the manager of youth and grassroots football at the Football Federation. He is the proprietor. He was the founder of this club. So looking at how he grooms players, how he trains players, he is second to none in this country. If you don't mention him number one, you will mention him number two among the best coaches in this country. Not who have ever coached any, national team. But when you look at the training of these coaches, the idea, the philosophy that he brings in his team, is the same thing that will move into the newly coached. And most of our players are from the academy. They are already, used to the tradition of playing football. So the talent is there. But sometimes football comes with luck. No matter how good you are, if you are not lucky, you don't move anywhere. But I can tell you, we know how to groom players. We know how to bring players. Some of the players that who we've registered will go to other teams and they will be rejected. But we use them, develop them, and everybody wants to have those players in their teams. So that is how we intend to bring up. We are not thinking of promotion to the first division at now. We want to build up an environment, an enabling environment for these players to showcase their talent first. If the opportunity is there for them to get promoted to first division, why not? But that is not our mission. Our mission is to make sure that we build a vibrant team that will give these players the adventure to learn, to realize that this is the part that they need. It's not about winning. It's about maintaining oneself in a way that can make you go higher in the league and in your football career. So this is who we are as a club.
You are developing players from your own environment and then push them into those adventures.
Yeah,
that's a very good one of the players into your team. Now, looking at this season, currently you are going into your third game, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and we have seen one of your games was very impressive where you won by 3-1.
Sure.
Yeah. So what has been your work, underground work, towards the start of this season?
Yeah, the pre-season was good to me. We've tested so many players. Right now, if you go to our training ground, you'll find there are so many players that we don't even categorize as A and B. During our pre-season, we were using teams randomly. It's not like this is the team that we're going to register or this is the first team. So we have abundance of talent there. We have so many players. So who deserves this spot will be registered. And the impressive start to the season or the impressive win against B4U Kiang West was because of the good pre-season that they had. So definitely it wasn't surprising to me. But unfortunately we lost to BK Milan in our second game. That was last week, 1-0. So it's like that. Other games you win impressively, other games you will draw, and other games you will lose. But the mission is to build a vibrant team for sustainability.
Be able to compete.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are going to Brikama today to play against Bombarda, a second division team, who will be your host in Brikama, and you must be expecting that the atmosphere is not going to be easy. Anyway, how are you going to cope with that particular atmosphere within Brikama, knowing that Brikama is a town that comes all out to support their teams, whether be it Brikama United, Bombarda, or even Greater Tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Brikama is not a new ground for us. We've played Brikama United in the first division, and we've won them inside Box Bar.
Okay.
So definitely playing another team in Brikama, and I think it's not a new thing to us. We've won Bombarda last season. The first leg, the second leg we drew, and I don't know, is it 4-2 or 4-1 in the first leg last season, and the second leg was a goalless draw. So Bombarda is not a new team. It's among the best teams in Brikama.
Yes.
I believe
and also
they've
a
been
very
to,
experienced side.
they've been to the FA Cup final in, is it 2012? Is it 2012 against Brikama United itself?
Yes.
Yeah. So it is not a small team. It is not a a new team in the league. We've known one another. It's just the same football. The same atmosphere we are expecting, and we going out there to play our football. We prepare ourselves ready, not for Bombarda, but for the entire season. So anything team that comes our way, we're going to treat you with respect, and we're going to play to the tactic of the coaches and what we've trained over the weekend. It's not that we are going to Brikama, we're going to change. No. Our philosophy and our mentality remains the same. Treating each and every opponent equally and with respect and dignity. It's a good team, Bombarda. They've been pushing for promotion last season, but unfortunately, they fell short.
No, in the last
games of the season.
Yeah.
So definitely the same thing applies to us. We are among the oldest teams in the second division, Bombarda together with us. So it's the same approach, the same mentality, and the same football. There is nothing that is going to change because of the fans. We know Brikama is a community living, loving, football loving community. But we as well are from a football level, because I wish Serekunda was ready.
I watch games in
Exactly. Yeah.
when I stayed at Fajikunda.
Yeah.
Now, coming into season preparations once more, moving from one season to the other, teams need to prepare in terms of getting players from other clubs or from northern teams, or even selling some players to other teams. Last year, before the start of the season, who are some of the players that come in, and then who are some that have left the club?
I think this season we also have players who have left. Some of the influential players. As I said earlier, we are a developing club. We develop talent, push them higher. That's our strength. That's our success story. We're not boasting of winning trophies or having that rich accounts. No. We bring players from nowhere, develop them, and if there is right opportunity ahead of them, we push them to go. One of the standard players for the Gambia under 20, the midfielder Mahmoud Bajo, he was our player. We scouted, Mr. Nyasi scouted him from non-league football. I learned that he had played for regional football, but he scouted him from non-league football, where he was not playing any competitive football, brought him to the Academy of Talending United, trained with the academy. Within some months, he got pushed to the first team. That was before the year we relegated. In the second round, he got registered. So he spent some time in the academy. Before the end of the second round, or before the end of the first round, he trained with the first team. So the year that we relegated, he was brought into the first team. He had some glimpses of divisional football in the first division. So last season he was our standard player. This year he is no longer with us. I know people will be asking, where is Bilal?
Where is he?
But-
I was going to ask the same question. Where is Bilal?
Well, I cannot disclose where he is for now.
For now.
But hopefully we will see him with the under 20. Hopefully. Hopefully, yeah. But he is not with us anymore.
Are you hitting that he is under selection for the national team?
Yeah, he is already a member of the under 20 and he is playing football where he is right now.
Okay. Not in Uganda,
Well, I don't want to disclose that.
Oh, all right.
I mean, but when the time is due, every Gambian will know where Mohamed Bajo is. So one of the other players that we lost also is Jere Sanya, our longest serving player in the history of Tanzania. He has played over 8 years or more for the club. So definitely he was our longest serving captain. He left for Gamtel. Officially it is not published, but Jere has left us for Tanzania United. Last year also we lose certain players, the likes of Babgar Jaju, Modric, who is also out of this country. But when the time is due, people will be told, people will be notified where he is. And plus so many of other players.
What's wrong disclosing players' movements from club to the other?
Yeah, personally I think
You said Jere moves to Real de
Gamtel. Yeah.
But it is not officially disclosed.
It will be officially announced later. But I can officially also ask the mouthpiece of the club. I can officially confirm that Jere has moved to Gamtel. I can officially confirm that. But other players, you see, the way we treat transfers of players in the Gambia is disheartening.
Okay.
You see a player going on trials. We know the level of our league. Player will go on trials. You announce that the player has left your club on trials. Afterwards, nobody will hear the whereabouts of that player. If he fails, nobody wants to hear. If he passes, everybody will hear. So whereas you announce the player has gone on trials at a particular league, and sometimes this trial takes, months before it will be successful. So why not wait until the trials is done? If the player is successful, you publish that the player has successfully undergone trials with club XYZ in this country. If he doesn't, you still publish that he has went on trials at this, but unfortunately, he was sort of, or he was, it would not be ideal to say but he has undergone an unsuccessful trial at club XYZ. So this is what I do at Talenting United. I don't publish any news unauthentic. I do the publication. So any news, any player who has left for our club and the player and deem it necessary to inform our followers, we will officially announce to them that player XYZ has left for this club. We've brought in, though it's very rare. Some of these players, in fact, don't want to be disclosed how much they are bought. So it's not about the club level. We've buying players from the regional league for $10,000.
In fact, I was coming to that.
All right.
Players transfers. You see a particular player moving from one club to the other, but you wouldn't see any fee that will be disclosed. Or is it that there isn't any fee at all involved, or is it that the fees are so small that when it is disclosed, it will be embarrassing for that particular player or whoever is involved in that particular transfer? What is actually in the carpet?
Well, Kemo, the issue here is we are in an amateur league.
Okay.
These players are not paid salaries. Personally, I may not want my salary to be unveiled to the public, to be made known to the public. But definitely, I can assure you that these players, if they don't come on loan, they are bought with, some high price in a Gambian context.
Okay.
So you contract these players, but they are not paid as per salary. Why would you want to disclose that they've bought for, maybe $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000? But what is their salary?
Are they not paid?
They are not paid salaries. They are compensated.
They are compensated game after game.
Game after game or monthly.
That you need to.
They are compensated monthly and game after game. The year we relegated, we compensated our players and we give them match bonuses. The same thing applies. But you will not sit here and say, this is what you pay the players. It is so little that sometimes it's going to be embarrassing to stand on a platform to say we've paid these players this particular amount of money, of which even when myself when that is done to me, I will not be happy. No, I'm a journalist. I will not come to the media and say I am paid $2 or $1.50 butus.
That is different in the players' case.
Okay.
Players, if their salaries wouldn't be able to be mentioned, for instance, but their transfer fees that is involved in their movement from one club to the other, I think should be published. When, for instance, a particular player moved from Talinding United to Gamtel or Real de Banjul,
Sure.
if they paid an amount of, let's say, 10,000 or 5,000, I think it is fair for the public also to know that this is an amount a player is being bought for to move to another club.
That's true. Absolutely, yes. I agree. I don't have any argument.
Why are you not doing that?
Kemo, I'll come back to what I said earlier.
Okay.
These players do not have a salary scale. You and I, if we are a civil staff and we start from somewhere,
Yes.
but they don't have a salary scale. How can you announce that they were bought for this? And what is their salary? They don't have a pay scale. We could say, I mean, my salary is around grade 6 salary or whatever salary, for example, but which is around 4,000 or is it 4,000 or so?
Yes.
But how many clubs are paying 4,000 or more to their players? Not my club. Not my club. I have to be honest. Not my club. So how you could buy a player for $15,000, $20,000, or it goes up to around $50,000. But how much is that player going to be paid? Is it not necessary for the public to know? It is.
Yeah.
But we don't have a salary scale for these players. So this is the responsibility of the Players Association. This is where the FA comes in to make sure that they move a league to a level where as clubs will be paying these players. But you cannot pay a player of a league that you don't even have a pay. A league that doesn't have a sponsor. A league that doesn't give anything to teams that participate unless the winners and the 4 second third prize. You play for the whole season for nothing if you don't win the title. How much are you going to get? Only and until if you are able to strike a partnership, a sharp partnership, as we have done with Talinding United. We strike a deal with a company, Manasi, that has come in and give us a third sponsor. It is not a third manufacturing company, but it is a construction company, an architectural and a construction company. They brought in the deal, give us the seasonal jerseys. Talinding United is not going to pay for jerseys. They are not going to buy jerseys. A company comes out from somewhere to provide us with jerseys. So that is another cost cut from the club. That money that would have been used to buy jerseys for that particular season could have been used to solve another problem. So that is it. And we are moving. So many clubs in the Gambia are doing that. But now, the responsibility now is at the parent body. How would they move this league to make sure that teams will gain something from the league, different from winning the actual prize for the tournament?
Yeah, when you come to that financial aspect of jerseys and so on, is the GFF not giving a fair amount to clubs so they will be moving their players? When it comes to player transportation, for instance, you need to move from Talinding to Brikama or from Talinding to Jarasoma to go and play. How do you manage to finance your transportation system?
Yeah, the federation give a particular amount for teams who are traveling. That's for transportation.
Transportation.
Yes, I can confirm to you that the federation does.
Does that?
Yeah, it does a particular amount. What is it? Is it 8,000? I believe for. It is here, but I cannot remember the figures. But if you are traveling, every game that you are going to Basori from KM, I believe it's around $8,000. Is it 8,000? So if you are moving from KM, we are in KM, of course, that's why I'm talking about
yes,
KM. Yeah. So if you are moving again from KM to Jarasoma, you are giving, I don't know, is it $10,000? If I may get it right. It is here on my phone, but I cannot recall the actual amount. I don't know whether Basori is 6,000 and Soma 8,000, but you know, I will confirm to you later.
It's about that figure.
Yeah, but transportation fare is been given. Yeah.
So aside from transportation fare, because in club levels, players will need to be compensated.
Sure.
Game bonuses, and even monthly, you need to give them some amounts that they will take to their families at home. You know, some of the players are already family members. Now, how do you manage to be able to pay for their compensations that they will take home to their families at the end of a period that you have stipulated to give them those amounts of money?
I cannot confirm how much because that's not my area in the club. But I can confirm to you that they are compensated no matter how little. But it is not enough. I have to be honest. What Gambian players gain, it is not enough. They don't deserve to gain. But again, it comes back to square one. How do club owners, where do club owners get the finance to keep their teams running? Talenting today is 20 years plus. It is only 2 individuals, 3 individuals who are working day and night to make sure that this club sustain.
Whole body.
Yeah, this club, since its promotion to the 1st division, it has never gone beyond 2nd division. Since they moved out of the regional leagues, they've never come back to the. It is between the 1st and 2nd division, and it has no sponsor. And it's like it's the only community team that is within this cycle in KM.
How often do you write for sponsorship deals to organizations that will be interested in supporting sports?
Football is not easy. I am into it for a couple of years now. I think this is my 4th season. We write proposals to business entrepreneurs, business personnel. Personally, I write on behalf of the club sponsorship proposal to companies. But it's not easy. Because what are they going to gain? A league that does not show on the television. What are they going to gain? That is not the question. But again, we have our social media handles where we do advertisement of our every game. We print out posters and flyers for our match days, which are uploaded online, right? So we play. Some of our league games are recorded, so we upload those games. But now it's gonna be different. We are coming, just a glimpse. Talent United, we are coming with a publishing mechanism, an advertisement mechanism, of which again we are going back to write, proposals, partnership proposals with companies. So any company that is lucky to partner with us, you will get enough of advertisement and promotion from our side.
Then
I can confirm.
Your marketing rights will also go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Quickly, before we wrap up, what are some of the constraints that you are facing currently as a club?
Financial. How are we going to sustain these players?
That's obvious.
Yeah, the financial. Talent-wise is not a problem. We already have an extra Bliss academy that has from under 8 to under 15. Right now, a standard one.
Yes, we feel clubs will not also be.
Yeah, we have our academy.
If finance is not available.
So, our only problem at Talent United is finance.
What would you put to GFFO, any other organization that will be able to give sponsors to the football clubs? Because when you see these football clubs here, we have our own brothers that are playing there. These people also want to earn their living in this particular area. Because people, we have skills in different areas. So perhaps if you want to represent a country in this area, you are also helping the country and also yourself as a human being, and even that goes back to the family. Now, organizations are here. What will you put to those organizations so that they will fairly support this team, so players who are also there will be able to get a fair amount of money at the end of a period that is agreed with them by the club, to be able to give them something that they will take back home?
Any company, any organization, I am urging them to get into the football arena. Give these teams at least a 1 or 2 year sponsorship, a rich sponsorship, and let everything be documented. Players' share will be there. Though we cannot tell them this is how you're going to run your clubs. No, they know better how they are going to run their clubs. But the advertisement part of it and the financial part of it, I believe each and every club that has enough finance will give the players what they deserve from what is available. Yeah, so the other thing is let the parks be ready. If, for instance, Tallinn United is playing home and Serekunda is ready. Today, I can tell you, we will pull out a huge account, a huge crowd, I want to say. Because I know from the sale of our jerseys rather, what we've got. The number of people contacting us within the neighborhood who want to watch these young boys play. So now imagine Tallinn is playing at Serekunda East. And the ticketing is there. How many people are going to pay to watch those games?
Yeah, it's going
what in turn that money will come back again to the club will have a percentage. Yeah, income is coming to the club.
Also, parks will also get.
But we play our home games at the Gold Project. So that is it, Mr. Kanye.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Sidu, for being here today. And in fact, this is the first edition of Sports Check on Kairaba News Network. We appreciate your comment and then thank you so much.
It's a pleasure being here. I hope to be here next time. Thank you for hosting me.
Okay.
Are you worried about the delay in the delivery of your remittances? Jamano Money Transfer is your only solution with more than 9 years experience in remittances services. It's accessible, reliable, affordable, and convenient. Jamano Money Transfer is affiliated with Ajaib Guaranteed Trust Bank Limited, Mega Bank, Apps, Reliance Bank, and many others. You can send and receive your monies from friends and families both home and abroad through Jamano branches at various strategic locations in the country with high standard customer service. Please walk into any nearest Jamano branch for efficient and timely service delivery. For more information, you can visit its headquarters at Bursabi, right opposite AfriMed International Hospital, or call on the following numbers: +220 3103 050, +220 3103 051, or +220 3755 522.